first steps. Okay, did I miss a couple ball games here? Yeah, I missed a shit ton. But that's fine because my kids aren't sitting there being like, oh, dad's, no, they're understanding what hard work gets them and gets me and the life that it brings with it, right? So like those are the things you sacrifice. And everything's a scale, right? Everything's a scale. So there's always going to be sacrifices of it. It's about what's important to people. But the point is like, if don't sit there and say that you want things if you're not going to go and do it, because this job is that avenue for it. You can make more money than you've ever made. You can take care of people you've never thought you'd be able to take care of. You can see the things that you want to see. I mean, Aaron eating seafood in Japan was kind of cool. He wouldn't touch it here, but he ate some out there. But it's like, those are the things, seeing the boxing match that we got to go see in Vegas, like life stuff that I'll tell the rest of my life, walking in and getting my watch. Like those are such cool things that, doing the tour around the Vatican with my kids having their headphones on, like listening to these things and just being so engaged about walking around. Like those are such cool things that you'll take with you forever. That's what people are going to remember. That's what your kids are going to remember. My kid's not going to remember not missing baseball or me missing a baseball game or a dance competition. No, they're going to remember the family vacations that we spent time with and we're doing. Right? So, again, whatever it is that you want from a, retirement, from whatever, like use this as your vehicle to get there, because you can have that here. You can't say that a lot of places, but so that's just my recommendation is, again, like at the end of the day, it's like, and you got to ask your people that, like, did you give it your all? And that's what I miss the most about being a regional. Because if I look these guys in their eyes now and I say, Elmer, did you give it your all today? Well, how can he measure that as an area director? That's very difficult. What can he show me that he gave it his all? How many stores you got?
56.
56 stores? Like, how can he show me that? That's hard. But as a regional, when you ask your people that, like, did you give me your all today? Okay, well, show me how. What is it? What are the results? And you can track those input items. Hey, I finished, and that's why, again, the recap, right, is A is accomplished. What'd you accomplish today? I finished at 0 today. Okay, but what'd you accomplish? I made 57 phone calls today. Oh, okay, tell me about those calls. How'd they go? Great job, by the way. 57 is a lot of phone calls. How'd they go? Well, I have 6 appointments over the next week. That's what we're talking about. Great job. Can you give me another 57 phone calls tomorrow? Awesome. I'll tell you what, you keep doing 57 phone calls, you're going to get more and more appointments, and then you're not going to have 0 days, because you're always going to have an appointment on the day of the week. Always. You can schedule 1 appointment for the next 7 days, you're always going to have an appointment, and that makes sure that you're not at 0. Even if you can just sell a pop socket, even if you can just sell an accessory, right? So it's like, those are the things that you can ask them, did you give it your all? And when that answer is no, why? Why? We're here for 6, 7, 8 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours, however long, right? Like, why? What are we really talking about here? So, that's the impact. That's the life-changing moments that you have with people, that they're always going to come back. And you guys know, you're in leadership. It's not like you guys all just got promoted. You've been in leadership. You know what it's like. You guys know the people that have touched you and have helped get you along the way. So just never underestimate like that impact that you guys make and the impact that you can make the people above you as well. Again, you leave a legacy behind you. That's what you do. And what is your legacy going to be? Is it going to be mediocre performance? Is it going to be great performance? Is it going to be getting your people promoted? Is it going to be constantly recruiting and bringing in top talent? Or is it going to be the regional that always has to ask to close down a store early because we don't have staffing? Or the one that always has an excuse because new manager, and that's why their stores are holding them back from Big Five or from KSOs or whatever it is. Because of what? Because of a new manager. Okay, well, we should be promoting new managers because they're better than the weak, and numbers should go up, not down, when we do it correctly, right? So it's all that life cycle. We used to always talk about, there's 3 responsibilities as a store manager: sell, recruit, and train. We've kind of added in the operations over the years.
Thanks to me.
But that's it. Like, that's it. Sell, recruit, train, and do your ops. Like, that's it. Sell, recruit, train, sell, recruit, train, sell, recruit, train. Which one comes first? I don't know. It's the chicken or the egg, right? But ultimately, no, it's the recruit. You have to recruit, because then you don't have to worry about it. So when you think of your operations, you think of your training, you think of these other items, those are like your secondary objectives. right? You get paid off of the sales. So when you have recruited and you have brought in a ton of good people and you've trained them up and you've developed them to do it, your job is a piece of cake, and you guys have all been there. I can't speak to, it had been a while since I had been to your store down in Lacey, but I can speak to Nina's for sure. Walked into her store, she had the easiest job in the world. She had 5 people that were all working there that day, and it was like a Thursday, and I'm like, why do we have so many people? But like this rush came through and everybody's working. It's a well-oiled machine, and people are coming back to the cage, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you getting? Okay, I got this. Okay, what else? Okay, well, it's an upgrade. Okay, well, what else? Oh, well, I already got a screen protector on it. Okay, well, what else? Well, you get a case? Yeah, okay, cool. What else? BTS? You haven't, okay, well, why haven't you talked about BTS yet? Well, I'm positioning it this way because I already kind of talked about this. Here's what I'm going to position is either going to be this or this, and I'm re-rating this, and I'm trying to wiggle here to see if they're calling there. And they had answers. Well, I'm calling this other person on the account to see if they're going to like this feature, and if we can delete this feature, then they're going to get this one. He's like, oh, okay. But everybody knew what they had to do and what that perfect interaction was with every single time, right? And we were talking about it last night is, I always talk about manage the no's. We know that customer is going to come in to pay a bill. How do we position them to be able to sell them, right? And Jen, you said it best was, what was the word that you said? About, remember? What did she say? She said something about, we were talking about how it was like a script of like a yes versus a no. And
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you already know that 1 + 6 = 7. But it's okay, 1 + 6, but also I can do 5 + 2, but also I can do 4 + 3, you know what I mean? So it's like just know, you already know what that equation is, but it's like how do you reverse engineer that to get to it? So, but Nina at her store, but everybody had a purpose, and it was like moving as a well-oiled machine, and she's just kind of sitting there, and like I was giving her a hard time about, you can work here, like what are you really doing here? But that's what's awesome. Your fruits of your labor start paying off, and obviously she's out on the floor and she's hustling and doing all that stuff and getting in and maximizing deals, but it was such a cool thing because everybody knew what was expected of them, right? And that's when leadership comes in, is you let them know what's expected, and that again goes back to them when ready, right? The expectations, the results, how they're going about it, what the plan is to be able to fix it. So all those things are in place for reasons, right? So I'm super excited. We have so much momentum as an organization right now that there's so many good things that are going the right direction. And you guys are a big part of that. You really are. And I'm excited to see, I want to see who's going to get that next promotion, from who that regional is going to be. Like, hey, cool. Like, we make that phone call saying, hey, congratulations, we want to offer you an area director position. And I can't wait for it to be a non-legacy Mobile One employee, or legacy, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not, there's no politicking here, but I think that's going to be an exciting thing to happen. And, I promised each and every one of you guys, I've made it a damn sure fact that I called every single one of you guys and had a one-on-one conversation. You guys, I was able to write around one-on-one as well. And I told every single one of you, I'll promise you that opportunity. You will be on the same playing field as every single person in my company, because that's what it should be. I'm given that same opportunity. I was taking a risk on to be a regional manager. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, no, give me the shot, let me run with it. And I failed a lot of times along the way, but luckily for me, I think we've done a good job of getting talented people. The people that you guys report to, Ryan could do my job all day. No questions asked, Ryan could do my job. And whenever somebody's going to step up in that area to run that area director position, guess what? Ryan's going to be the VP of sales, or Elmer's going to be the VP of sales, right? Or Aaron, or Drake. It's going to be somebody, but all these guys can absolutely do it. So, they might push you hard, and probably should push you a little bit harder sometimes, but that's okay. And I should probably do the same as well. I think if anything, we always undermanage. We always talk about overmanage and micromanage. Usually it's undermanagement. Because we know that the right people are hard on themselves. But I can't just stress that enough of how important it is to have really good people that are competitive, that want to win, that are going to go that extra mile, because that's where it is. It's fun. It's fun winning. But yeah, no, I thank you guys. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. A big ask is be able to go back and put this on your people. Whether it's something specific you learned, something you thought of before, something you hadn't thought of, something that reconfirmed what you did well, and why. But I think that hopefully you guys were able to see a lot of the why we do some of the things and how lucky we are to kind of be here. is. It is, we're family. Like if you guys fail, I'm failing. These guys are failing. Dave and Rob are failing. You know, and for two guys like Dave and Rob to put everything that they've ever been able to do back into this company for growth and to double down so many times, not a lot of businesses do that. You know, so this is all they have. There is no side investment for David and Rob. There isn't some other business that they have. They don't own a bunch of other Burger Kings or all these other things. Like, no, this is it. This is our life, and it's cool. And it just it goes to make sure that we're all aligned with what we want, right? Which is success. You know, to be the G brand, to live by the core values, and to give everybody the same opportunity that we're giving all of us. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys love it.